Welcome to the Raise podcast with Carol Barwick. We're here to raise your confidence and inspire your creativity. This time, it's more like a season of mini episodes where Carol explores the raise word. The raise word is a word that will encourage you or empower you and at times inspire you to explore the word a little more for yourself. Each episode is just 10 to 15 minutes with the idea you can have a listen while you drink your cuppa. So grab your favourite drink and let's get started. Well, hello and welcome to A Cuppa with Carol. I'm Carol Barwick. Hey, listen, it's been a minute, hasn't it? I'm sorry there was no podcast episode last week. We did look at the word good in the Facebook community, and at some point we will revisit that, possibly even a little bit in the episode today. But apologies for that. Also, along with the rest of the world, I've got sniffles and things like that at the moment. So bear with if my voice is a little bit croakier than usual. But hey, we've got some interesting things to talk about. So the word that I want to look at today is darkness. Now, those that listen to the podcast a lot will know that often when I talk to my guests, I don't use words that have got like negative connotations. I try really hard not to, but I was interested in darkness, particularly around this time of year. I mean, I don't know when you're listening to this, but if you're listening to it when it's come out, the clocks have gone back and the darkness is falling. It's coming much, much earlier in the day, and every year it comes as a shock. It shouldn't do because it's the same every year, but every year it comes as a shock as suddenly the garden that you expected to be light for hours and hours and hours is plunged into darkness at some ridiculous time, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But I wonder how you feel about darkness, and I wonder what darkness is like for you. I think for a lot of people, darkness is a very negative space. It seems to be the space where the bad things happen, where people can get away with things that they wouldn't be able to do in the light, where there's a lot of pain, there's the most amount of trauma, triggering episodes, and all kinds of things happen in the dark. I mean, horror films are absolutely notorious for being set in the dark, aren't they? I know there's lots of scenes in the light as well. I'm talking like I know. I don't know. I'm a wuss. I don't watch horror films. But those of you that watch them will know that a lot of the things happen in the dark because you don't know what's going to happen. And I wonder if that's why darkness brings such a lot of fear, because you can't see. You can't see ahead. You don't know what's around the corner. And it can be scary. I mean, I always talk about it in the Facebook community. I always say, what does the word mean to you? And somebody said that actually they find it comforting just to sit in the dark. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder if you're someone that actually finds the darkness comforting, inviting, that it can surround you and give you something different, hide you away from what's happening in the days, in the light. Who knows why people might prefer the darkness. But I wonder if you've ever thought about the darkness being a safe place. I said at the top of the podcast that we missed last week, and last week we were talking about the word good. And my idea was that last week we would talk about the word good and I'd do a podcast episode, and then this week we talk about the word bad. And it was kind of brought to my attention in different ways that often the opposite of good is not bad, it's evil. And then it got me thinking about the dark, and that's what led me to darkness. But I wonder if darkness and evil come from the same place. Those of you that love Star Wars will know about being taken over to the dark side. And what is the dark side? The dark is literally just somewhere where there isn't any light. But listen to this. A light can't shine without darkness. A light has no place without darkness. What's the point of having a light on in the light? So I wonder if actually the darkness is the place where the most amount of hope can grow. And whether people that feel safe in the darkness know that hope already. And I wonder if you're someone that hates the dark. I used to be terrified of the dark. I couldn't go to sleep without music on. I had to have something going on all the time. Whether just thinking that little bit further about, but this is where the light can come. This is where the hope is. Might really spin the idea of darkness on its head. Next week we're going to talk about light, and I'm looking forward to that, so I'm not going to talk about it much now. But I just want you to think about the challenge of darkness, particularly this week. I wonder whether darkness is truly the thing that we should fear, or whether actually it has a bravery to it, it has a courage to it, it has a safety to it, because we know that in the darkness we need to be more careful. Just things to think about, isn't it? We shouldn't have to be afraid in the dark, should we? What can we do to help other people not to feel afraid of the dark? I'm going to read a poem. You know, I always look for poems that are going to align with what I'm talking about. Now, this isn't about darkness, but it's about fog. And I think those of you that have lost in the fog, have ever been lost in the fog, will agree that it's like the darkness, isn't it? Because you can't see your way forward, even though it doesn't feel black and dark. There's a real darkness attached to it. And this was a poem that I wrote, as often I did, in times of COVID. So, and particularly through long COVID. Lost amidst the things I did, the me I was, the person I should have been, lost in the fog of wandering, stumbling through the mist of the heavy weight of my disappointment, blindly inching forward, only to find myself back where I began. I just want you to sit with that for a minute. Sit with that darkness, the darkness of those words, the hopelessness, the despair. Do you know that kind of feeling for yourself? Well, I'm here. I felt this. I felt these things, and I'm here podcasting now with the sun shining through the window. I'm still here doing what I'm doing. Feeling quite small. Feeling squashed, to be honest. But I'm still here, sharing with you, doing what I believe God is still calling me to do. You can do it as well. Unless there's darkness, the light can't shine. Thanks for having a cuppa with me. Let's have a cuppa again soon. If you've enjoyed having a cuppa with me, then you can buy me a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Carol Barwick. Let's have a cuppa again soon.